Good morning, everyone. It's been a minute since I've just talked straight from the dome, but that's okay. We're getting back into the swing of things. First of all, I know I've been getting a lot of comments. Where's the Odd Eye Circle review? Are you gonna talk about version up? Where's the review? You're not getting it. That's one thing I know for certain. You're not getting it. You're gonna wait till the end of the month. Because, you know, sometimes you just have to sit with music. Sometimes you really just have to take it in and hear all the nuances and intricacies that is offered up. So y'all could wait a few, it's gonna be like what, 14 days from today. So let's practice some patience. Jungkook finally had his solo debut. He debuted with a title track called 7, which is like boo corny. Like, I get it, every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I get it. But like, at the end of the day, we know it's referring to like the 7 group members, and you know how them little 7s get. It's corny to me. Boo 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 boo. Other than that, the song was decent. Once again, the Pink Panthers print is very evident in Hive. I don't know what to tell you. I heard a lot of people say that it sounded like a Justin Bieber reject. I heard other people say it sounds like a Charlie Puth reject. Personally, and this is just me, I don't listen to them white boys. When I want pop music, when I want R&B from a man, I'm gonna go to a real nigga. Like, yeah, I get my fix from the EXOs of the world, sometimes the NCTs of the world, but one thing about me, I'm gonna listen to a black man. So like me, what I know is, I know Luther Vandross, I know Michael Jackson, I know Gallant, I know Lucky Day, I know Duckworth. I don't know about the Justin Biebs and the Charlies, mainly because I respect myself. So maybe one of you can confirm or deny if this sounds like that, but like, I don't listen to it. About the song though, it was cute. It's not something that I would go listen to, because like, why would I listen to Jungkook? But you know, if you get your fix to this, I would be like, hey, makes sense. It's cute, it's nice, it's good. Best debut by far. And you know, I didn't think this would be difficult or an issue with the BTS solos, because like, they've got some cute solos from the Love Yourself series. Like, we've definitely heard the potential. There were so many good solos, mainly from the singers, of course, but the potential was there, and it's unfortunate that the music hasn't been good, and the only reason they're topping the charts is because, well, that's what their fandom's gonna do, and nobody in the real world is really listening to it. But you know, if this one topped the charts, hey, it deserves it. So like, here's the thing though, I haven't listened to the song in full. Like, I definitely did do a little skimmy skim, but again, from what I heard, it was decent. The Lotto verse was nice. I don't know why she's on a BTS song. Somebody mentioned that on Twitter, and people were like, what do you mean they've collabed with like Erykah Badu and J. Cole and Nicki Minaj? Okay, and none of those collabs make sense. I don't know what to tell you. Just because they do dibble and dabble in the black music don't mean that the most random black artist that they collaborate with will make sense, you know? Like, her verse was nice. The next thing a lot of people have been asking me about is the Twice Misamo unit. A few months ago, they released Flower or something like that, some name like that. Then a few weeks later, they released not Marshmallow, no, maybe it was Marshmallow or Donut, one of those. Last week they released Do Not Touch, and then a few days after that they released a highlight medley. And when I tell you, with every release it has gotten worse, like just even more clear that this unit should have never happened. I think I already talked about Flower, and I already talked about Marshmallow / Donut. So I guess we'll talk about Do Not Touch. First of all, when the teaser came out, I was like, why would I want to listen to an Ariana Grande reject in 2023? Ask yourself that. Now let's pause here. You might see Ariana Grande in my Spotify replay, but that's because Rem is a good song. That's because Sweetener is a good album. One thing about me, I'm listening to good music. But it's every other album that she's released, minus Yours Truly, that's trash. This is where the Ariana Grande-ness is coming from. A very basic trap pop type song. But unlike Ariana Grande, they don't have a saving grace. They don't have a characteristic or element that would make this song like listenable. First of all, none of the girls in the group are singers. On top of not being good vocally, they don't have good tones to me. Their tones are very unlistenable. And you know, when I was listening to their song, I was thinking, like, in the past I've said this group and that group, let me name them, Stacy and Itzy, can't sing and have horrible high-pitched voices, you know, specifically for Stacy. But one thing about it, if it came down to it, I could sit through a Stacy song. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I could definitely sit through it at the very least. How is it that the song starts off and you're already sounding horrible? I have to give you the example. You heard that? now, that's how you sound on the final product. You're singing off key on the record. That's not cute to me. In 15 seconds you've already managed to ruin this song. And like we didn't even get through the first verse. Like you barely got through the first line, already noticed something was off. Then they keep on going, and it's just like, why are you letting Momo sing on this song? And a lot at that. Like, she was in here too much. At the end of the day, the song is an Ariana Grande reject and they sound horrible. But another thing I noticed was that one thing about Red Velvet, they gonna be on Twice's mood boards. This video gives Monster and Naughty for like the first half, and then in the middle section it's like, okay, wherever the mermaid concept came from, who knows. But then shortly after that we get into a little bit of Psycho, and then we get a little bit of Feel My Rhythm, and then at the end we close it out with Wild Side. We've already had a Twice thievery moment with Psycho. They already gave us Cry For Me, and now we gonna take their whole music, like 3 whole music videos. It wasn't good. I saw people saying, why would JYP give such a vocally demanding, a vocally challenging song to these 3 girls? It's not a vocally challenging song at all. This is very simple music. It's the fact that they can't sing. That's the end of the sentence. These girls cannot sing, they cannot rap. They can dance, they can perform. But these 3 girls, when it comes to holding a note, they gonna drop it. And another thing about these 3 women is that they're gonna be able to get away with releasing mid music, because all you're gonna say is cunt, they mothered so hard. Yeah, they ate that up. No, they didn't. They really didn't. It's not good. And then the highlight medley it made things even worse. I know that a lot of people, the gay people on Twitter, like, not like me, but the ones that I surround myself with, they were expecting something like Perfume, something upbeat, electronic, you know, a lot of voice effects to like cover up the fact that we can't sing. Like, that's what I was expecting. But it seems like they want to go the R&B trap pop route, and that wouldn't be no issue if like they could actually sing. Because if you're gonna give me an Ariana Grande reject, if you're gonna give me very mid music, you need to distract it. I'm sure Momo's gonna have like a dance break or something. What are the rest of them gonna do? Sonic can dance. What is Mina gonna do? Mina's whole the purpose of Mina in the group was to give him a vocal, but when she could barely sing, what are we doing? So the album opens up with Do Not Touch, then we go to Behind the Curtain. Did you hear the just terribly nasally at that? Like, then we have Marshmallow, Walk, Rest, Running. Please turn it off. Next is Funny Valentine. This kind of reminds me of like pandemic era, like that dark alternative pop shit that was kind of popular. Maybe like Last Waltz or something as well. At this point, they were just throwing shit at the wall. That was It's Not Easy For You, and the last song is Rewind You. Okay, it was a better song. Their voices sounded much better on that one as well. However, we could definitely improve upon it if we have real singers in the group, but that's none of my business. Oh, Bouquet was a song that they released. I told y'all it was something related to flowers. One thing about me, my memory is so amazing. I'm not looking forward to it. Again, with every single release, it's just gotten worse and worse. It made the little excitement that I had completely dwindle, because what is that? But another group that released a highlight medley under JYP was ITZY. I already listened to it. Now let me tell you my thoughts on that. Also, y'all are so annoying. Like clockwork, here comes Stan Twitter hating on ITZY, and it's the worst fucking song you ever heard. If Jessie released it, if Stray Kids released it, if any group that you did not like, if aespa released it, y'all would not be doing all of this defending, bro. Don't piss me off, don't piss me off. None of My Business was really cute. I was like, whoa, okay, this is nice. It reminded me a lot of Yoojung's debut with Sunflower, Tip Toes, and Owl. That was really cute. And then the next song, Bratty, I was a little bit scared for. Now, it wasn't none of my business, but we're 2 for 2 so far on the album, you know? So I'm like, okay, don't hurt them now. We're doing something good for once. Now, I will say already their voices were throwing me off, but that's okay. We already know Bet On Me is trash, so we skipped right over that. Kill Shot, this is where it's like, what is the direction of the album? It's not a bad song, but it's not one that I want from itzy, and 2 would listen to, and then 3 it didn't really fit on the album. But like at this point, none of the songs do, because we're doing too much. It has too many directions, but whatever. Okay, when Psychic Lover started playing, I already knew it was gonna be like that Le Sserafim TXT type of pop rock song in K-pop, and this is where I'm getting irritated, because itzy, when it comes to 4th gen, I feel like they were probably the first group to like really start doing pop rock. I could be wrong, but Want It came out in early 2019, and that was such a good song. Not only was it pop rock, but it was done well, and it was very unique to them, in my opinion. So it's like we already have the foundation to the pop rock sound that itzy can go into, but instead of that, instead of what, you know, the rivers and the lakes that we're used to, we're going the generic route, and now I'm pissed off. So I did not like Psychic Lover, and I was like, okay, so we're 2 for like 5 or something. Then Cake started playing. Kick Yuna out the studio. It's just the chorus or the hook or whatever, so I'm not gonna be too upset. What's crazy is that this is a Black Eyed Peas song production, and it just further cements the idea that like he hasn't produced a good song since 2019 to me. But a day or so after this, it was reported that Stacey was coming back. Itzy, like, are you trying to set up Itzy? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Black Eyed Peas song? I don't like this. I don't like it. But I'm gonna high hopes. You know, high hopes. So like None of My Business, and then Bratty, and then Cake all kind of sound like they could have been on Sneakers / Crazy in Love. Like when I think of Sneakers, I think of a better Crazy in Love without as many filler tracks, you know. And I feel like these would have been some nice hits. Here's the thing, y'all are gonna argue with me over a lot of these songs, but truth be told, you're not gonna care about these in 3 months. Let's be honest. You're gonna play these for a week, and then after that, nobody's gonna care about it. And that's the issue. We need real hits in these albums, and we're not getting any. Not from Twice, not from Misamo Unit, not from itzy, not from, well, actually with NMX we got Roller Coaster, which was kind of good, but like, ooh, you're not putting out your best work and you're trying to debut another girl group? That's crazy. But hey, since we're not reviewing Odd Eye Circle, we should still keep this party going. So when I asked for video ideas a few weeks ago, someone said to keep doing the Aja aggravations. What annoyed Aja? We don't have a name for it, but that's what we're gonna do today. The thing that will always disturb me and quite frankly perturbs me is vaping. I was gonna say that if you vape in your teen, like whatever, but like nobody should be vaping. Smoking is bad. Boo, you suck, you're trash. But when you're out of high school and you're still vaping, I get it, you know, society is crazy. We live in a society and we're under a lot of stress with this COVID and things like that. But it's just like, you gotta find something else for me, like just for me. Fuck everybody else, just for me. Why are you vaping at the dinner table at your big age of like 29, 30? Why are you still vaping at your big age of like 36? Like, we're at the dinner table trying to have a meal as a family, and in between my bites of Taco Bell, I get a big whiff of your fruity ass smoke. I don't like that. I really don't. Every time we go somewhere, you gotta have your vape. Every time it's looking like a bad habit. No, Steve Lacy, like we gotta find something else for you, because I don't like this. I really don't. But yeah, another thing that's really annoying me is this whole Jennie feminist discussion, yada yada yada. Essentially, during Dua Lipa's podcast, Jennie said that she wanted to break boundaries, and I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I don't know what the context was. A lot of people, as usual, jumped on Jennie and were talking about, you know, she doesn't break any boundaries because there are other idols that actively stand for feminism, the queer community, mental health, body positivity, and da 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 da. And it's just like, at most, what they do is like hold up a pride flag. At most, what they do is say love is love, gender doesn't matter. Like, you would think that every idol out there was like Hotfelt, who was Yen from the Wonder Girls. You would think that they were in these streets doing you would think that they were the queer K-pop idols, the way that y'all were like trying to jump on Jennie and be like, well, this one actually is doing something, and it's just a quote from an interview where they just said love is love, or like, you know, producing should be for everyone. It's not just men who could do it, women can do it too, and that's at most. So, and Jennie does the exact same thing. So if she's is not pushing no boundaries. The people that you are saying are the ones that are actually doing the pushing, they doing the bending. The ones that are actually doing the pushing, they're not either. And again, it's just an opportunity for fans to jump on Jennie. Like that's it. Like that's it. And the thing is, some of this will come from people who think that their K-pop boys are breaking barriers and pushing the envelope by wearing the ugliest skirt you could imagine, like by painting their nails. Like those are the people who are breaking boundaries for you. But Jennie saying a little something is where you want to draw the line. Like nobody in K-pop in the mainstream is really a feminist at the end of the day, so all of this back and forth is really pointless. But again, y'all just want to just say you don't like Jennie. That's all you gotta do. You don't hide behind nothing, just say you don't like her. So in new Twink news, Troye Sivan has released the highly anticipated track and music video for his song Rush, and naturally I did not care because I don't listen to him. Why would I listen to Troye Sivan? Give me one good reason to listen to Troye Sivan in 2023. Maybe 10 years ago when you were on YouTube and you were somebody. Troye Sivan in 2023 is certainly a choice that I won't make. So following the release of the music video, many people went online and started making jokes about how, you know, there weren't any fat people on set. It was essentially a no fatties allowed zone, and that's all it was. It was twink jokes and it was no fatties allowed jokes. That's it. Nobody was genuinely upset about the lack of diversity and representation. Nobody said anything about God, you all are insufferable. But unfortunately, that's how a lot of you skinny bitches took it. You took it as an attack on Troye Sivan, your twink leader. Oh, the fatties are so mad at him. Boo fucking who. Like, here's where it got strange to me. It got really strange because a lot of you homosexuals began to use white supremacy, right-wingy rhetoric to like defend it, and it was never that serious. It was never that serious. And on top of that, people were like, well, if you're upset that Troye Sivan didn't have any fat people in his music video, why don't you go listen to Sam Smith? Again, y'all are losing the plot. Like, what was that one tweet? Y'all threw out all your social cues out the window to defend Troye Sivan over people joking that there were no fat people in his video. That's what this is. Sam Smith was not getting hate because of their expression of art. Sam Smith got hate because they are fat and gender non-conforming. Like it's not on the same level, babe. Because let's say instead of Sam Smith, it was Troye Sivan playing into the devil and like satanic aesthetics, the hate would not have been on the same level. It was without a doubt exacerbated by the fact that Sam Smith is fat, and that isn't attractive to you people. Just say you hate fat people, and that would be it. That would be the end of the conversation. And mind you, Troye Sivan was not getting hate. I don't know how many times I have to stress it. And there was this thing repeated similar to the lines of, since when was it the pop artist's responsibility to represent other communities and showcase all these different races and body types and da 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 da. First of all, nobody said that. Two, y'all are sounding a little bit eugenics, little bit Nazi, you know, it's giving Mein Kampf. That was two. But three, of course you white, either muscular or skinny gays would think that, because as my good sis Kenya would say, the powers that be are white supremacy. Everything is catered to you. You've never had to struggle with representation. You get everything that you need, always. But that whole conversation really got to me. It really did, because y'all are annoying.